Yes. Hope everyone is well. It's well, it was going to be tonight. It was going to be me and Lee, and then Vinny's going to join later on. But Lee can't seem to get on for some reason, so you might have to suffer me for about half an hour while while Vinny turns up. But hopefully Lee can get on. I hope everyone is well and have had an awesome week. We've got a few things to get through this week. Hold on, let me just check on Lee. Lee's messaging me. No, just joined the show. I don't know what he's doing. So hopefully Lee will be on in a minute. So yes, it's me today. James is off on holiday. We have got a picture, as is tradition, from any time that James isn't on the show. James sends over a holiday picture. So right, anyway, I'll just explain it before we go on, because there's a few of you that don't live in the UK. So in the UK, over the past few months, we've had some issues with our wastewater companies. What they're doing, they're pumping sewage into onto our beaches and into our into the British waters. So James has sent a picture, because James is over on holiday on the Isle of Wight, which is part of the UK, and here he is. So James is sporting, well, to be honest, I had to use AI to cover himself up because he was absolutely topless. So I had to use this just to cover him up. But this is James sampling the delights of the British beach at the moment. Yes, it's all gone a bit wrong here. So I'm going to put the link in the notes, actually, because Lee wants to join on the notes. And if anyone else wants to join, you can do. But as I said, I hope everyone's well. It's been a bit of a busy week. We're doing lots of content at the moment, trying to get all the stuff ready before I go away and James is away, because James is away at the moment. So that's all good. But what I thought I'd do to start with, just a couple of things, and I want Lee in for this. So I'll hold off on the first bit of news because I want Lee in. Basically, this week we've got a studio tour coming out tomorrow of all the latest gear that I'm using in the studio. So that's going to be there. And I thought what we'd do first of all, because Vinny's going to join later on, I thought we'd do the news first. I'm hoping Lee's going to come on in a second. Lee, how you getting on? Post us a little message. But what I'll do is, I think what we'll do first of all is we'll do the news, and then hopefully Lee will join us, and then Vinny can join us a little bit later on as well. But okay, let me go to the news. I know this isn't the way we normally do things. We normally do the news about an hour in, but it sort of makes sense. So let me share the screen. Okay, hopefully you guys can see that. Let me double check. Yeah, you can see that. Right. So the news this week, PRS have released the 40th anniversary Custom 24 Satin Limited Edition. So I'm a little bit confused about this, because PRS have just released the Mark Holcomb, and this is basically a PRS Custom 24, but with a mango top. I absolutely love this. I think this looks absolutely awesome. The only thing I'm a little bit confused about, and I'll just click over to this, because this is the PRS's release a couple of weeks ago, which is the Mark Holcomb. This is, let me close that and go out to the main screen. So this is basically the Mark Holcomb signature model. And what they've done here, it's basically a blacked out PRS with a mango top, finished in nitro satin. Now, if I go back to the latest PRS 24, it's basically exactly the same guitar, but without the Mark Holcomb pickups. So the Mark Holcomb pickups are, they've got, I think he's got this sort of special Seymour Duncan set that he uses. It's a fixed bridge on this one. And on the Custom 24, the new version of the Custom 24, it's a trem, as they put on all the Custom 24s. But anyway, the thing that really confuses me, because it looks exactly the same as the Mark Holcomb apart from the bridge. Oh, hold on. It's Leon. Hey, Lee's on. You all right, mate? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can, mate. You all right?
Great. Okay. Yeah. I'm just doing a bit of the news, and then I'll see you in a second. Yeah. So, and I'll just do this bit of the news, and then we'll do the rest of the news later on. So then you can get involved in that. But Lee, have you seen this?
No.
This is the latest PRS 24 Custom 24, the limited edition, 40th anniversary. Right. So this is PRS's Mango Top, which is a new thing they're doing, ebony fingerboard, but custom 24.
Yeah.
Right. And the Mark Holcomb.
Yeah.
Which they released a couple of weeks ago. Looks like that. So it's basically the same guitar, but with a fixed bridge. Yeah. Right. For the custom 24, PRS are charging $6,500 for.
Ooh, yeah, nice.
And the Mark Holcomb is $5,199.
Right.
So doesn't make any sense to me, because it's basically they're charging £1,400 for a non-signature model.
Yeah.
Which is basically the same specs minus the upgraded pickups which you get with the Mark Holcomb model.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah. So well, anyway, let's let me stop this. Let me stop this, because we've got a couple of things to talk about. How you doing, mate? First of all, I haven't mentioned anything in the show, but do you want to tell everybody, or do you want to not mention it, or do you want me to mention it?
No, I can talk about it. Yeah, I can talk about it.
Okay.
So as many people on here will know, when I come on here and talk about my gigging life and what I get up to. So I've got the sort of progressive rock side, which I do, sort of solo stuff, and I'm in a band called Galahad, and I help another band out with live guitar called Cosmograph every now and again. But the other side of my gigging life is on the local scene, around the South Hampshire area, sort of around Southampton, Portsmouth, New Forest, that kind of area, which is, for those of you outside of the UK, it's just the bottom half of the UK, bottom in the middle. And I know there's a band called Something Else, who I've been a member of as guitar player for 13 years now. And we're very popular. We gig all the time, 3 times a week, normally through the summer. This summer alone, we've been going out Friday, Saturday, and the Sunday afternoons ever since May, I think it is. So we've just been mad busy, and this is just, a reflection of the band and the atmosphere the band creates, which is all down to the front man, a guy called Simon Andrews, and he's a fantastic guy, fantastic front man of the band. He's life and soul of the party. He is the guy that gets the party started when it comes to our gigs. He's mad keen on motorbikes as well, and I think you can probably guess what's coming when I say motorbikes, and maybe my voice is getting a bit shaky. He was killed on his motorbike last Thursday. He was travelling home from work. We had a gig last Thursday night, so he was travelling home early from work to go and pick up his van to come to the gig. A lot of us in the band had driven to the gig, and we got the news while we were driving on the way down to the gig. So his wife rang round the various band members to say the police had called at her house and given her the news that he'd collided with a car about an hour and a half previous, and he was pronounced dead at the scene. Yeah. So all very sad. So the band has obviously stopped. Obviously, we're not taking into account his family and how they feel at the moment. Obviously, it's devastating for everyone. He was a father, a grandfather, the whole business. But he, the band has stopped. Obviously, we're not doing anything now, so all gigs have stopped. The band has stopped. We've got a funeral to arrange. His family want to hold a celebration night for him, so we'll get all that done, and then only after then, the rest of the band members will sit down and take stock about what we're going to do.
Oh, mate, I saw you on Friday, didn't I? I saw you on Friday, and it was some pretty shocking news. I mean, I've seen you guys only once, but he was a fantastic front man, and our sympathy goes out to obviously the whole band and his family and all that sort of stuff, and just hope you're okay, mate, and hope his family are coping okay.
Yeah, me and my wife went around to see his wife earlier tonight to just see how she's doing. And she's exhausted, obviously, because she's not slept. But she's got a family there who are helping her with the arrangements and everything. And so we're slowly getting through some of those arrangements. So it's kind of fallen to me, really, to sort out the celebration night that we're doing. So I've got a venue, I've got a potential date now. So, yeah, that's good. So
Awesome. Well, if I can attend, mate, and I'm invited, I'd love to be there. So
yeah, of course.
Yeah. Right. So I don't want you to dwell on this too much and stuff like that. So should we move on and then if you need to talk about it during the show, please do. And
can I just mention I've got a piece of gear for sale?
Absolutely. How long, Lee? How long have you had this?
Oh,
how long have you had this?
Only about a week. No, I've had it a bit longer than that. I bought it back in June. I think it was June.
So for those of you that are just listening, Lee's held up his basically nearly new Boss GT1000. So come on then. Do you want to discuss? Do you want to tell people why? Do you want to tell them the whole story about this? Come on.
I'm using this instead.
Lee just held up the Velton GP5.
Yeah, no. I don't know how the thought came into my head really, but we were driving back from that. Where was it? We went Brighton. Was it Brighton Guitar Show? I met you down there. I drove you back.
Yes.
And we were coming back from that, and we were chatting in the car, and I said that I had this mad reasoning in my head that said that I ought to enter the fractal world again. And you.
Shall we discuss your fractal world? So initially, you bought a VP4.
Yeah. Well, before that, I bought an FM3 before then. Yeah.
Oh, was that before? Okay, so first of all, you had an FM3.
Yeah.
You loved it, and then, like you do, you tend to like something, and then not. Thank God Thank God you got the right wife, mate. That's all I can say.
I had a disastrous gig with it. That was the problem, where I messed up the foot switching and stuff, and it was just a nightmare gig. So I thought, no, that's it. It's going. I'm going back to my old stuff, and anyway. So it went, and Mr. Ivy very kindly bought it off me.
Yeah, he's very pleased. He's very pleased with that.
Yeah.
So you so then you sold that. You bought a VP4.
Yeah.
You realised that the VP4 was possibly everything that you could do on the VP4 you could do on something else.
Yeah. Yeah. So I went on holiday back in May, and I was just lying around the pool having a bit of a think, as you do, about stuff, and I just thought, well, because I was using the VP4 with the IR2, which I've still got, the Boss IR2. So this was the amp and the cap, and the VP4 was doing everything else. And and I thought, well, if I like the Boss amp tones, maybe I just get the flagship Boss product, because it's got the expression pedal built in, it's got the proper balanced XLR outs, it's got everything built in. So I immediately came home from holiday. It's quite funny actually, because I checked stock on a few places, and Absolute Music, who were right next to Bournemouth Airport where we were flying into, had one in stock. So we landed, got in the car, and I said to Diane, just need to nip somewhere on the way home.
Like you do.
Like you do. So I bought the GT1000. And I really liked it. It's a great sounding unit. It's so powerful. It's got as well as all the things that you'd expect. It's got all the things that sometimes you don't expect as well. So it's got delay trails without any fuss. It's got gapless switching. It's got all of that. It's got it's the whole thing. It's a pro unit. But this little fractal bot was chiming away in the back of my head, and I went to see Iron Maiden towards the end of June, and at the London Stadium. And I know that Dave Murray is now a fractal user. He's got Axe Effects in his rack, and that's all he uses now. And whenever he played a solo, so the other guys, Adrian Smith, he uses a JVM amp, and Yannick Gers, the other guitarist, uses a JMP1 preamp into a 50-50, Marshall power amp. And Dave Murray had the best guitar sound. He really did.
Yeah, weird.
It was fantastic. Every time he did a solo, it was like, oh my God, that thing cuts so well compared to the other two.
Interesting.
And this was a stadium gig, which is notoriously bad. I mean, the sound was you know, it was all reverberating and everything, and it was all pretty bad. But yeah, Dave Murray had the best sound. So I thought you've always said to me, you know, you got to give it a chance. You've got to work with it a bit more. And but I was like, so I thought, well, all things considered, I think I need to re-enter the Fractal universe again.
Nice.
So yeah, so let me just unplug it so I don't have to do anything embarrassing on camera.
Hey,
there
it is.
There we are. So I've gone for an FM3 Turbo again.
Nice. That's such a great little unit. That.
Yeah, it's fantastic. And I have to say, where I've not rushed, I mean, you know, my gigs have kind of obviously ground to a halt, obviously, because of what I just said. So I've had time I've had it a couple of weeks now. And that wasn't a joke when I held up the GP5 earlier. I have been gigging with the GP5 because that actually sound really good. The sounds that I've got together in it. So I have been gigging just with that, you know, because the cover band, I only need 3 sounds. I need sort of edge of breakup, heavy distortion, or heavy crunch, and lead, and that's all I need. So I just put those on A, B, and C, and you can cycle through on the foot switch A, B, C, A, B, C, A, B, C to, you know, heart's content. Dead simple. But I did think, well, that gives me time to really get to know the Fractal, really get to program in the sounds properly, dial it in, get everything as I like it, understand the foot switching and how it works. So the upshot of all that is I've got a Galahad gig on Sunday and the Fractal is coming with me.
Hey, where's the gig?
Something near Chippenham, a place in between Chippenham and Swindon. Yeah.
Is it a public gig where if anyone's up that neck of the woods they can?
No, it's not
get tickets.
It's a private do. So there's a guy who's it's a private do for somebody who's one of these rich landed gentry landowner types up there, up that way on the edge of the Cotswolds. Who loves prog? Yeah. So
what's the matter with the guy?
I don't know.
Actually, money can't buy class, can it? So that's
this is it. Yeah. I don't know. So he builds like a mini Glastonbury pyramid stage in his huge back garden every summer.
Amazing.
And he puts he doesn't just do prog. He puts on all sorts of stuff, and it's become like a bit of a community thing for the village he lives in. You know, so everyone in the village just comes basically. So we're going to be playing stick prog tunes to the local vicar and a representative of the WI. So
that'd be amazing. That sounds like a top gig. No, that's brilliant, mate. Well, I hope it all goes well, and don't sell the GT1000 until you've done the gig. I know what you're like. You'll do something will happen, and you'll go. And you'll go and buy another GT1000. No,
I'm really enjoying the Fractal, the FM3. It is great, and I've taken a lot of time to programming things and learn how it's programmed and everything. And I think I'm managing to get away with not actually having an expression pedal. Because
nice.
I watched a Leon Todd video about using the wire. All I would use it for is wire anyway. But he put a video up about how you can use program changes or something in there to do so that your wire does a random sweep. So it doesn't just go like this automatically. It kind of goes. Yeah. You know, kind of. It's really, you can see it on the screen. It kind of jerks about, but it's really musical, and it's really kind of, it's ideal.
Yeah, so, it's like my life has changed since I got into Fractal. I think it's just.
They just thought of everything, haven't they? And
and
I wonder if it can do this when you type it into Google or YouTube or whatever, and there's somebody demonstrating it for you.
yeah, it's great. It really is awesome. Anyway, what we'll do is we've got Michael who's waiting to come on, and then once we've spoken to Michael, then we're going to do some comments, and then we're going to do some news. So Michael, how you doing?
Oh,
Michael, you're gonna turn down your volume, mate.
Right, all right. Easy enough.
Yeah, we're getting
how's that? Is that better?
Let's have a look. 1, 2.
Is that better?
No.
It's not, mate. It's not. We're not going to be able to do it.
All right, fellas.
Sorry, mate. But,
all right, no problem. I figured I'd represent.
I think you should put your mic volume.
It's too loud. All right.
It's really loud. Maybe.
Sorry, fellas.
Next, no, not till next week. Next
I could try. I could set it up and try again. I'll be right back.
Do that.
All right, because I want to talk to Lee. I want to talk to Lee about what he's doing. I'll be right back.
Okay. God, how loud was his mic? God. Woo! I've gone deaf. Right, let's do it. Let's do some comments.
Yeah, sure.
Sound Vision, a David Bowie tribute show. Evening all. Simon here from Sound Vision David Bowie Theatre Show. Hope all is well. Just wanted to remind everyone to hit the like button. Also, thanks to Dave at Highland Plectrum Company for the picks. Well recommended. Cheers, Simon. Yes, as Simon said, give us a like and subscribe. It really, really does help. We don't monetize the live show at all, so it's all just done because we love to do it. So give us a like and subscribe.
It's the Studio Rats charity work.
It's the Studio Rats charity. It is the Studio Rats charity. Keeps us all sane. Okay, live evening all, and cheers from sunny Brussels. Evening, okay, live. Al, hello, mate. He said, good evening, gents. How are you?
Fellow servers.
Yeah. We're all friends with Al. Al, are you going to Guitar Summit this year? Just checking in, see if you're going. I know Al is coming with us to NAMM. You should come to NAMM, Lee. Come on, you need to come. Just
well, you said about
the
Summit. You say when you came back from Summit, you said, right, that's it. NAMM's over for me. It's Summit from now on.
Yeah, I've got to do both. Unfortunately, there's just too much fun to be had. No, Guitar Summit is definitely my favourite show, without a doubt. Al says, up, literally fine solo, pal. Yes. Well, not anymore.
He was until one turned up.
Yeah, well, we could, and I think every now and again we just need to show James on holiday.
Oh, lovely.
There he is.
Lovely.
He's a good-looking boy, isn't he?
He is.
I like his little bingo wings going on around here as well.
When did his modelling career finish? I mean,
I don't know.
Surely carry on.
I think he could. He's definitely. I mean, I would. That's all I can say. Sorry, Michael. Michael says hello, Michael. William Echoplex. I bet that's not his real name.
I really wish that was your name.
Yeah, how good would that be? He said, "Cheers from Peru." Welcome, William. There we go. Can he post it? Yeah, we've done that. Paul, do you have an acoustic go-to brand? That's a good question. Yeah, that's the thing. So, what about you? Do you?
Martin.
Have you got?
I've got.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You got a Martin?
Yeah.
What? What have you got? What is it?
It is. It's got a really snappy name. It's called a 000 X1 AE.
Is it? Is that a US one? Is it a US one, or is it a Far Eastern built one?
It's got made in Mexico. Made in Mexico.
Okay, so it's one of the more budget friendly.
Oh yeah, it was about 500 or 600, something like that.
Nice.
But it's perfect for recording. I have used it live a couple of times. As you can see, it's got a battery in it. You can just see it. So the preamp is kind of under here. You've got a couple of volume adjusters under here.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mainly use it for recording. So it's mainly got a microphone sat in front of it when I record. But
great.
Yeah, fantastic guitar. I've had it for years. I bought it about maybe 10 years ago.
Nice. In every time that I sell a guitar or I've got some money to spend on a guitar, I always think, oh, maybe I should go and buy myself a Gibson, like acoustic. And I know it just won't get used. So I never do, even though I'd love like a really nice Gibson or Martin or something. I know it just wouldn't get used, and I'm obsessed by electrics, as everyone knows. So but there is a company called Dawina who I think they're made somewhere in the old Eastern Bloc. But they are awesome. Yeah, no, they were at Hennings last year at Gear Street, and just the best acoustics that I've ever played.
Wow.
and not cheap by any means, but just absolute master craftsman made. And yeah, I would love one of them. But as I said, so at the moment I'm trying to sell or I'm selling a couple of guitars. I'm going to be selling a couple of guitars, and once I sell those, I know I'm just going to go, oh, I can't buy another electric, because
Yeah. Well, it's all about
fun,
what you use most. I mean, a lot of the music that I write and record, the
Mm-hmm.
bedrock of a lot of that stuff is got acoustic chords under it. So it's kind of a tool of my trade. I need it, So it all depends on what kind of music you play or what kind of projects you get involved in, or
Yeah, but yeah. So there's a video coming out tomorrow, which is a studio tour. So I'll just go through all of the different gear that I'm using, and I talk about the acoustics on there. So Michael, yeah, just have a look out for tomorrow's video, and it just talks about the couple of acoustics that I've got. Right, is Michael going to blow our ears off? Is he coming?
I'm sorry, fellas.
Hey!
Oh, man.
Oh, no, still the same.
Still the same.
yeah, it's still there.
Yeah, you need to go on to. It's really hard to talk. Actually, I'm going to take this off. I'll take these off. What you need to do is to go onto your microphone settings and inside of StreamYard and turn on echo cancellation. If you go out, what I'll do is I'll remove you again if that's all right, Michael, because it's going to be impossible for us to talk. And we'll see you in a second. Cheers, mate. Right. Nabs. Hello, mate. He said, good evening, one and all. Greetings from Bablos in Lebanon. Bablos. Nice. You've been to Lebanon? Lebanon?
No.
Not really a holiday destination, isn't it? But
no.
I can imagine it's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Al's laughing. I'm guessing at James's holiday snaps. Pet says they've never had James down as a double G. No offense to one of our female guests. To our one female guest, it's true. There might be one. And Wes, hello from a blazing hot LA.
It's been pretty warm in England over the last six or 8 weeks.
Hasn't it just? I think this has got to be the hottest
It's one of
summer
the hottest
ever.
I can remember,
Yeah. It's been, I mean, the garden's dead.
Yeah.
It's got no grass. It's turned into a bit of a desert.
It's just straw out there.
Yeah. Raphael, he says PRS, DGT, or Gibson Les Paul for you. That is a really good question. Have you got an opinion on that?
Well, I don't really play either sort of guitars, but out of the two, if someone offered me one for free, I'd go for the PRS, I think.
The DGT is an awesome guitar. So I've had both. I had a DGT and a Les Paul at the same time, and I really liked the DGT. It was one of those guitars that can cover a lot of ground. It can sound a bit Telly-ish, it can sound a bit Stratty-ish, it can sound a bit Les Paul-ish. The only problem that I had was when I then picked up a Les Paul and played, because it doesn't sound as good as a Les Paul. And it's great guitars, and as a gigging guitar, if you need a guitar that does lots of different things, it is absolutely amazing. Now, I will say, the best I've ever heard of DGT, and this would change my opinion, was on a video with, I can't remember who it was now, but someone had a DGT and they put Ron Ellis pickups in it.
Okay.
Completely different. One of the best guitar tones that I've ever heard.
Wow.
So Phil from 40 Watts, he said, I prefer that 40th anniversary SC56 they put out. Yes. Yeah, that was nice. Oh, hold on. Let's try Michael again. We'll give Michael one more go.
Third time lucky.
If not,
how's this?
Out.
Yay! I think we're working.
Yeah.
Is it okay?
Yeah.
All right, fellas. I figured I'd represent the West Side.
Absolutely, mate. How you doing? You all right?
I'm good. I'm in the middle of a move. I'm in my room. That's why it's all blurred. But boxes everywhere, and I had to scramble to get a microphone because all my stuff was set up differently. But thanks for having me on. I'd like to talk to you guys later after the show, give me my information. and talk to you.
Yeah.
Lee, I heard you talking about the if I may interject and interrupt. I know you guys got you got your thing going on. Lee, have you know these shows that they're set up with the little modelers, but they have like guys listening to them and having that volume. I mean, that super high volume, and have the engineers. Like, do you work with someone to listen to, sitting and going to the studio with you to listen to, help you tweak some of the sounds? Like for me, sometimes, if I'm into it, it's hard for me to dial in my thing because I'm not concentrating on sound. I'm concentrating on playing.
Yeah.
I mean, I wanted to ask you that.
Well, couple of things to say on that, really. So when I'm playing a local gig with a local band, we don't normally have a sound man, so I have to rely on my own work to do that. What I will say about what I do with any modeler before I go out and play a local gig, the first thing I will do after I've loaded my own IR, I will shave the bottom end of that IR off at about 150, 160, and I will shave the top end of that IR off at about 4K. Sometimes 3K. That sounds drastic,
right.
But once you turn it up loud, the Fletcher Munson effect or whatever it's called just takes over. Because if you leave that IR untreated, so you leave all the bottom and the top end in, it's just going to sound awful at loud volume. So if you trim the top end down to about, say, 3.5K, just for argument's sake, and the bottom end about 150, for me, for my guitar sounds, and my IR that I use, which is just an own Hammer 4x12, that's perfect. That's perfect for a pub gig. That's perfect for a small club going through a medium-sized PA. When it comes to bigger gigs, so for Galahad, where we're playing professional venues, I probably will use that same IR, but we will rely on the sound man who's provided by the venue. And some bands kind of sniff at that a little bit, and they say, "Oh, you should have your own sound man." Well, number one, we can't afford it.
Right.
And number two, we prefer the in-house sound man because he knows the room, he knows the venue. So I think that it's all very well bringing your own sound man who knows your band. Well, that's fine, but he's not going to know the venue. So vice versa, the in-house guy is not going to know your band, but he is going to know the venue.
That's
but
it really pertained to my question. That a question that I didn't ask was you changing modelers. I mean, I'm happy for you that you got the active. I'm sorry, what was it? Fractal.
Yeah.
I've never personally used the fractal. I don't even.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm used to cheap guitars. I've been playing for 40 more years.
Yeah.
But
I would say what I would say to that is again, it's coming back to IRs. Using I mean, I know a lot of guys still go out with cabs, and that's fine. But I go out with using IRs direct into the PA. I guess, Paul, you might agree or disagree with me when I say this, but the IR is well over 50, maybe even edging towards 70% of your overall tone contained in the IR alone. So So the rest of it is made up of what amp model you're using, what guitar you're using, and your hands. So a lot of the time, when I use the same IR, which I invariably do, in different modelers, so I use it in the Boss stuff, I use it in the cheap Valeton thing, I use it in the Fractal. What you'll find is the tone that I go for, which is that kind of really heavy-duty Friedman sort of, fire-breathing sort of sound. They tend to sound very similar. They're not the same, obviously, because they're different modelers, but they sound very similar. The differences you'll find in going from modeler to modeler to modeler is the feel. So you'll get a different feel out of a cheap modeler than you will to, say, a Fractal or a GT1000.
Yeah.
And you'll also get convenience and the other bits and pieces that come with it. So like the GT1000 has got an expression pedal built in, so you can do your wahs straight away. It's got different sounding delays and reverbs. Fractal has got, again, amazing delays and reverbs. So it's all those kinds of things that maybe make a difference, rather than the core tone. I find if I use the same IR and I go for the same modelled amp sound, I know the tone in my head that I'm looking for. I saw an interesting video where somebody was saying they were reviewing I think it was Michael from Big Hairy Guitars, when he was talking about the Friedman IRX pedal, and he said, this IRX pedal is fantastic, and you might as well just go out and buy it, because if you buy a modeler, everybody just navigates to the Friedman model in their modeler anyway. So just go for the real thing. And there is a little bit of sense in that you know that when you get a modeler, you know, Paul, you know that you will probably head for a matchless first in a modeler and say, what's the matchless sound like? Is it any good? You know, and you'll tweak around with it and you'll add some your own to it. So we all gravitate towards the same kind of sound, you know.
And the thing with Lee, Michael, is that Lee's gigged so much. I mean, compared to you know, even us, you know, normal guys that have been gigging a lot, Lee is, you know, because he gigs 3 times a week. I think he even knows when he's in his bedroom exactly the sort of tone that he's going to get in his bedroom to when he goes out live. So his ears are pretty tuned to do that.
I didn't know Lee's background really.
Yeah.
My first modeler was a Digitech RP7. So we're going back to 93, maybe later. But too much partying and I can't remember anymore. I'm older than you guys, I bet.
Well,
you know,
and no one's older than me.
What's that?
No one's older than me, so it's all right.
No one's older than you. What do you mean? I think I am.
No, I'm 51, mate. I'm 51. I'm normally the oldest one at the party.
Well, I got you beat, man. I'm 56. So, but just a studio loser. I don't know if you got time. I mean, I can hang and interject.
Well, we've got Vinnie. We've got Vinnie that's coming on. So are you all right? We'll do it next week. But it's been great to chat with you.
Peace. All right, fellas.
Yeah, take care, Michael.
Yeah, I want to get in contact with you, Paul. If that's okay.
Yeah, definitely. Right, just send it. You take care, Michael. We'll speak to you later on. Thanks, mate. Bye. Vinster.
What's up, guys?
Vince is in the house.
What are you doing?
That is an incredible That is an incredible t-shirt. Have you got a job with the fire department now, haven't you? That's what it is.
No. This is like one of my workout shirts.
Oh, he's showing off.
Yeah, he's showing off.
Do 1,000 chin-ups in that shirt, mate.
Like if I could do 10.
Hey, Vin, because you've been out. Hold on a second. What's he doing? He thinks he's like
very noisy where you are.
What's he doing? He thinks he's like 17 again. Can you go? There we go. So So how's it going, Vinny? Look, Vinny's supping.
He's got that. He's got an Boddingtons.
Jesus.
Welcome to the
old English crap, isn't
he? I figured this is my favorite, and I only have one once in a blue moon, maybe one a month or one every 2 months. And
well, you wait till you come to NAMM, mate.
Can you get if you're into your English ales, can you get an ale called Doom Bar over there in America?
I haven't seen it, but I haven't looked for it, so I don't know. Usually this or Speckled Hen I usually try to grab.
Okay.
The problem is the local joint over here, like your typical supermarket kind of spirit store. There's a British cat that lives somewhere within the vicinity of my area, and when they get this Boddingtons in, which is pretty hard for them to get in, and he grabs the whole shelf. He buys every one of them off the shelf. You
don't really see Boddingtons even in the UK much anymore, do you?
Really?
I didn't even know.
In the 90s, but we don't see it anymore.
It's a rare beast. It's a rare beast in the UK. Maybe up north. Up north. I reckon it's much more of a thing.
Really go up north. It's too dangerous.
I figured I'd have to do it in honor of James not being here. Somebody's gonna have a drink.
Yeah, well done. Well,
Absolutely, mate. Yeah, well
I
done.
would recommend Doom Bar, and I'd also recommend one called London Pride if you can get that up.
Okay, I'll take a look at those.
Right, wow. All the beers. Right. So come, Vinny, what you bought? You must have bought something this week.
I no, no, not yet. I was working on the floral gem that I got last week. So I changed the springs out in that as well. I was probably going to say to anybody out there that's got a guitar that's over 10 years old, I would probably say changing the springs is probably a really good just thing to do, just to maintain, stability on a trem. Springs are only good for so long. How long? I don't know. It's the same thing in the gun world. Like manufacturers will tell you the spring is good for this many rounds or whatever. But over the decades of me dealing with that stuff, I know that the more spring is pulled and compressed and back and forth, it wears out faster. So I just figured, you know what, let me just change it and start afresh. So that's what I did. I just got done doing that the other day, and seems to be good. Yeah, really good. They're good.
Lee, have you seen this guitar?
Oh, Lee, you haven't seen some stuff?
Have I not seen it?
No, he bought this on last week. So this is his second one. Lee's getting obsessed.
Oh,
Look at this.
I saw the one with the brown coloured one. I've seen that one before, but I hadn't seen the blue one. Nice.
So I'm very disappointed in DiMarzio. I bought the blue strap to match the guitar.
Oh yeah.
It doesn't go. It's not the same
shade.
blue.
It's the wrong shade. Yeah.
So I don't know if this specific blue was done by DiMarzio for this specific guitar, like this shade. I don't know what goes on behind the scenes when they're specking this out.
I would say the pickups and the guitar are sort of an ocean blue, whereas the strap is more of an electric blue.
Yeah, like a royal blue or something. I don't know. So this is coming off. My OCD cannot handle this. This has got to go. And you're talking about a guitar that's just got all kinds of crap all over it, but I just can't handle it. But yeah, so, and I did get some advice on on a video I did for the Woody gem. The only issue I have with this trem, with like some Floyds too, that's why I changed the Floyd out to a pop-in arm instead of the screw-on collar, is I used to use Teflon tape back in the day, like in the late 80s, early 90s when I had Floyds. I used to put Teflon tape around the threading. And maybe somebody in the comments can add something else, but this one particular person on my channel said he uses a rubber O-ring over the threading, and he says it'll stay in place. So I'm like, well, that's a really good idea. So I'm gonna get clarification on what size. I asked him. I said, what size O-ring are you dealing with? You know what I mean, or what make, or what is it made out of? So, so we'll see where we'll go with that. That might be something if anybody's in the chat group, if they're having a problem with those screw-on collar arms. Just my only complaint. Everything else for an import guitar, I'm telling you, plays really, really good.
Nice.
Yeah, it looks great, mate. Nice. Yeah. I still couldn't see myself buying one, but I like it. I like that someone else buys them.
Yeah, it's fun. It's just a fun guitar. I've had a lot of fun playing it. I think the next purchase is either going to be another James Tyler.
Yeah.
And I'm going to have them do an HSH configuration, I think, for me. Cool. I like this configuration.
Yeah,
or a double humbucker configuration, something along those lines. And I don't know, you've dealt with them, Paul. Will they make like a hardtail instead of a trem?
Oh yeah.
They'll do it, right? So maybe I'll make it crazy. I'll make it a hardtail instead. And then do it in that Weiss smear. I like that Weiss smear color.
You can't have a James Tyler. You can't have a James Tyler with that trem though.
No,
the whole 80s thing. No, I think it's that.
No. I'd be different.
I mean, yeah, it would be. Yeah, defo.
Or a Nick Huber Krauster with a Vega trem, in an HSH configuration. How wicked would that be?
Yeah. That'd be awesome. That would be the only one I think ever. I'm not even sure he'd do that, but it would be
I think a Krauster he made with a Floyd Rose.
Really?
Yeah, one of them. I've only seen one, and
wow,
it looked wicked cool.
Nice. Right, should do some more comments.
Yeah, go.
Wes, he says, I always I've kind of always wanted a black and grey 10 top. I think some of them look spectacular. Black and grey PRS 10 top. I don't think I've ever seen one.
Yeah, well, it's like a gray, it's like gray mixed with black, flame top. And I have to say, Wes is on point with that. I normally don't like that look, but on the Paul Reed Smiths that I did see with that finish, it does look killer. It looks really cool.
Awesome. Michael Lee. Bogeyman, he says, hey Paul, does the UA Delverb still get used? What is your delay reverb combo of choice lately? So I can't remember who it was, but someone contacted me and they desperately wanted a Delverb, so I let them have it. And I can't remember who it was now.
But
no,
you're using the fractal now, I would say, aren't you?
Yeah, so that's it. If all delay and reverb stuff just gets done inside the fractal because it's so good. Other than that, yeah, I mean, literally, if I had to go out with a delay and reverb pedal, I'd probably just take out what have I got? I've got the UA Galaxy, which is like a Roland Space Echo, and the new who did it? Crazy Tube Circuits, that reverb that they brought out recently. I'd probably take that out. Cheers.
In the fractal as well, when I built my lead sound, I've put rather than in series, I've put the delay in parallel. So I've put it in the line above. So the guitar tone goes through the delay, it branches off and goes through the delay and then comes back, and then it goes through the reverb. So you're not sending the delay repeats through the reverb. And it sounds amazing.
Does it?
Yeah.
See, I always want my delays reverberated.
Yeah, I found that it gives a really nice separation. You can hear the delay so clearly.
I will check that out tomorrow. I will definitely check that out. I think now everyone's responding to your news, Lee, where Wes says, "Oh no," and that's terrible. Sorry for your loss. Yeah. I'll go past them, but thanks guys for your condolences and stuff. Let me just find out. Here we go. Mark's gas station. Howdy rats. Happy Wednesday, folks. Happy Wednesday, Mark. Hope you're well. And the Out Limits. Greetings to Paul Lee and Vinnie, who's just turned up. Can't stay today, but want to say hello and give you a like. Everybody watching should do the same. Yes. As Out Limits says, please give us a like. If you got something out of this, it really does help. And Nelson P, what do you guys think of the PRS HDRX 20? Good amp. Or is a Marshall SV20 SC20 or 2525 Jubilee a better bet? I've had some experience with all of them. What's go on, Lee, because you put your thumb down.
Well, I saw there was lots of videos about a month or two ago about lots of hype around the PRS HDRX 20 amp and how good it was in terms of, I think some retailers were selling it at a bargain price, so they're probably trying to get rid of it.
$399.
Yeah, as soon as I saw that it was a Hendrix amp, I was like, oh, no, please, no. It's like when companies release another looper, How many loopers does the world need, for God's sake, And it's like, how many more Hendrix amps do we need, Marshall did one 25, 30 years ago. Do we really need more of them,
Yeah, from what I understand is that amp really has to be cranked to get that sound. It's not a
well, there you go.
playing in the house amp.
Yeah, exactly. So it's not very versatile.
No. Well, in all fairness, all of those amps need cranking to get the best out of them.
Yeah, my Jubilee was like that. Yeah.
I would say the HDR. I mean, out of all of those amps, the HDRX 20 would be my bottom choice. I would go for the Jubilee first. I would then go for the Classic 20, which is the JCM 800. Then the Plexi, the SV20. The thing about the SV20 is at the same as the PRS HDX, you've got to have an attenuator. They're 20 watts. I know you can get it down to like 5 watts or whatever it is on the Marshalls, but it's still blisteringly loud. You really need an attenuator. Once you've got an attenuator, any of the above, depends on sort of price, I would say. But my favorite out of all of them would be the Jubilee.
Go for it. Far more versatile then.
Yeah. Yasso Who. Hey Paul, got a Boss Katana Mark II. Nice. When I play with the same patch with headphones, it sounds very different than without headphones. Can you say what I need to dial in Tone Studio so they sound the same? You're never going to get to sound the same.
Is it dry?
So,
is it dry sound? Dry sound through headphones would just be awful.
I don't think it's the dry sound. I think what happens with the headphones is that it's got an IR. It's got some sort of speaker modeling on the headphone side of things.
Yeah, it will have. Yeah.
So you're never going to get the same sound coming out of a 1x12 speaker as when you would if you listen to the amp. Now you'll get a similar sort of tone if you put a microphone similar. If you put a microphone in front of the Katana Mark II and then plug your headphones into how you're monitoring that microphone, recording console, sound card interface, whatever, you'll get a similar sort of tone there, but it's never going to sound the same. So let me have a look.
What about doing patches, making patches like a headphone patches that you like, and then make a duplicate of that, clone of that, and then dial them in for the cabinet?
That's a good shout, I'd say. I'd say it's a good shout. Yeah, I'd look at them. I think, as Vinny's just said, as Vinny's alluding to, just like two different things. So you have sounds for the headphones that you really like. Dial those sounds in, save that. Then have sounds for coming out the speaker.
I'm finding that when I'm recording with the Blue Guitar amplifier, I unplug the cabinet and just listen to my studio monitors. This way I can dial in the tone that I know is going to be exactly what's happening when I'm recording. Because if I listen to the cabinet, it's going to give me a full sense of what's actually being recorded. Yeah,
and because Vinny makes YouTube videos as well, what you're going to be recording through through the output, the recording output on the Blue Guitar Amp 1 is going to be exactly what's going to YouTube.
And I'm learning. I've never been a recording person.
See, we're all trying to get Vinny into buying an Axe-Fx or some sort
I know.
of
I thought you were done with that. And I was like, okay, we got one guy back in the fold of not having one, and now you're back again. And it just, I have to get one now. I don't even know if a VP4 is going to serve me well. Honestly, I think if I'm going to do it, VP4 is not going to serve me well because there's not enough banks. Not enough FX blocks. Yeah. I'm running compressor, overdrives in front of the amp. I'm running delays, reverbs. You know what I mean? It's just not enough. So I would have to probably go with a rack unit, kind of like how Phil's got one, or Paul, like you have one. And then I think I would use that for my direct recording all the time. I think that's probably what I would do, and rack it right into the sidecar here.
Definitely. Yeah. And just while you mentioned the VP4, I noticed that the Fractal VP4 had a software update recently where they now allow IR loading.
Yeah. Does that use one of the blocks though?
You have to use one of the blocks.
Ah.
So that takes you down to 3 because there's only four available.
Oh, see, okay. So that would be totally useless for me. Like I don't know. It's just not enough. It's not enough. And I was thinking, 4 is plenty. 4 is plenty. But when you really look at what I got going on here, I'm running 2 separate delays. I run 2 delay pedals, sometimes into each other, a reverb pedal, a compressor, and an overdrive, just to say that that's just the least of what I got going on. And there's no way I could do it with a VP4. It won't work.
Exactly. And if you want to run some in front and some behind your amp, but you can have any combination, 1 and 3 or 2, or
right,
3 and 1 or whatever, it's fine. But you run out of options quite clearly. Like some gigs that I was doing, I needed wah, I needed detune, I needed overdrive. Well, there's 3 things in front straight away. So I can't have delay and reverb afterwards.
The only thing I could say would be good for a delay and reverb pedal only. And then you have enough banks to do multi delays, multi reverbs, or whatever. But that would be the end of it, really.
Yeah, just get an Axe-Fx.
Get an Axe-Fx, or if you get like an FM3, you can still run your effects, your other effects pedals as well with all that sort of stuff.
I'm just scared.
There's,
I'm scared.
mate,
I
it's
might
just
admit it.
once
It's a learning
once you
curve. I
get
just get scared.
once you get one, I'll set you up with a patch, and you won't need to change a thing. I promise.
I was really contemplating when I saw the Tonex video you guys did with that little switcher pedal and that little Tonex
that's
pedal.
great.
I'm like,
That's-
that thing sounds damn good. You know,
Yeah.
but you
Yeah.
guys are making it sound. You guys make everything sound good. I get it. It would sound like a Fisher Price, my first overdrive pedal or some crap.
No, mate, you got good tones. Graham, evening, Graham. Wes, I wouldn't buy one of those 20-watt Marshalls. Way overpriced and not very well made. Get a Friedman or a Sir. See, I
Good
think
choice.
Wes is right there.
Yeah.
I think Wes is exactly right. Go on, Lee. Sorry.
It's Wes in America. If Wes is in America, the Marshall will feel overpriced.
Yes, that is
and
true.
The Friedman and Sir will feel cheaper.
But I think you can get to the sound that you have, like people have in their head of what a Marshall sounds like, because everything we listen to is a Marshall cranked at a studio and not in your bedroom where your wife's screaming at you. Not that mine screams at me, but people have that, right?
Yeah.
The Friedman gets you that sound out of the gate.
Yeah.
So Wes is, I think Wes is on point as well.
Yeah, and I think you're right. I think because the great thing about Friedman, I don't know how he does it, but his master volume control sounds like
It's
a crank
attenuated.
amp. It's attenuated. Is that how
No,
he does
it sounds like it's attenuated though. It sounds like if you take a Marshall and attenuated it, it's what it sounds like.
Yeah.
I had a Friedman Runt. I shouldn't have sold that guy. That was a great amp. Now it had like the one trick pony sound, in my opinion, but that amp sounded great.
Yeah, really good. Yeah. Friedman makes amps that you can have a whisper quiet volume and get loads of gain, so it sounds like a crank Marshall. It is amazing actually how he does it, and it's way better than. So recently, Marshall brought out the modded series. I tried them out at NAMM. Compared to a Friedman, it's not the same thing. Friedman, if you're looking for that sound, look for that modded Marshall sound, Friedman is the choice.
And I hate to say it, but the reason I sold my Jubilee, and I know this can be sacrilegious, Paul, you're probably going to go, oh my God, I'm going to have a heart attack here. But I love the versatility of the Laney and the drive I was getting on the Laney at low volume at 5 watts with a tube screamer hitting the front of it. Then I liked the sound of the Jubilee. And the clean channel was amazing on this as well. So I was like, I'm never going to play the Jubilee. This little guy's great, especially because I don't play it. I'm not playing live. I play in the studio here at like very low decibel level. You know, I've never measured it, but I would say it's somewhere in 86 decibels, 87. I'm not nowhere near 100 decibels at all.
Okay.
And I
need to get one of those. I need to get one of those little Laneys because that, you know, it does every time I've heard your video when you're playing through it. I think it does sound awesome.
And this is made in the UK, so this isn't like, you know, I know some people shy away from the ones made in China and Vietnam and all that stuff. This is a UK built thing, and it's built like a tank. The quality of this thing, from what I could tell, the metal corners, all the attention to detail, it weighs a ton for a little head. I mean, it doesn't scream inferior. Let's put it that way.
That's the blue one,
absolutely.
Yeah,
it's a little L5 Studio Lionheart.
Frank Dunnery uses those on his solo tours, Paul.
Oh, does he?
Really?
Awesome. Yeah. Wes also says, I've repaired a few of those Marshalls and they have issues. There we go. That's interesting. Yeah, Wes, whereabouts you based? Nelson P, how about DSL 20? Again, you've got to crank it.
They sound fizzy. I think
they sound
fizzy sounding amp.
The DSL is basically what Marshall tried to get. It was their idea of a modded Marshall Friedman style amp, and it I mean, you know, it's serves a purpose, but it's not. Yeah. Can sound great. I just, if you gave me the choice of that or a Friedman, be a Friedman all the way. Wes, as long as it doesn't have the same type of PCBs that are in the DSL, TSL that goes conductive and fries the amp. There we go. So it sounds like Wes knows what he's talking about. That was a common fault. JV's Hangout. Make sure you have echo cancellation checked on screen off settings. Yes, that was for Michael. Cheers, JV. Wes, AH Technology. I don't know.
Technology.
Technology. Okay. Mississippi Blues. Evening, guys. Sorry to hear about your loss, Lee. Gear-wise, I've just got the Waza Air headphones. Do you think the X-Sonic BW is a good choice to go with. Boss, Exonic. Where's the headphones?
Talking about the foot switch to be able to change patches on the Wazza headphones.
Yeah,
as long as they
I mean,
talk to each other. Yeah.
The thing about the Wazza headphones, do you really need a foot switch with it? Because all you got to do, you just tap on the different buttons on the side to change patches. So it's not as though it's a live tool,
right?
Not unless you're practicing along with a track, and then you really want the solo to, you want to go to a solo sound at the same time. If that's the case, then yes, definitely.
I didn't know you had a loss, Lee. My condolences, by the way.
Yeah, it was a sad. It's been a sad week. Wes, I don't know what he's. Maybe James's sexy beach photo. Maybe
James's holiday snap. Yeah,
could be. JV, he said, "Are you guys going to be able to test out the Helix Stadium before it comes out? Curious how it's going to compare with other similar products. I'm going to buy one. If I don't get sent one for review, I will probably be buying one because for that reason, I think it's going to make some great content. And also, unfortunately, because James and I, we sell patches and sell captures and all that sort of stuff. I think we've got to buy a Helix Stadium. So James has said that James is going to go and buy the latest Kemper, which costs about 1,200 quid, and I've got to go and buy a Helix Stadium, which is about 2,400 quid. So cheers, James.
Well, hopefully they'll send you one, man. Your guys' channel is really damn good, and
thanks, mate.
And I'm not trying to ass kiss here. I'm just saying that your guys' channel is not a salesman's channel, right? Like you're not like you could tell. You guys wear your heart on your sleeve, so you could tell by your body language whether you're into something or you're not. It's just the way you are. I could just, from hanging out with you, I know that. And I think,
thanks, mate.
I think that's a good thing. Maybe a bad thing, but it's a good thing for people that are actually looking to buy something because they can actually get your opinion and see what it actually sounds like. Unlike some of the channels where they'll sell any POS. You know what I mean? And make people go buy stuff and it's just straight up junk or whatever.
Yeah. The amount of thanks, mate. I think the amount of stuff that I send back is because I don't want to review it because I don't think it's very good would actually shock people, I think. But sorry, Lee, go on.
No, I was just going to say, I think the Helix Stadium is going to be a cracking piece of gear. It's going to be amazing. But it's also going to be incredibly complicated. And I think the good thing about the Rats channel is that, you spend a lot of time getting to know how to use a product and then showing people, how to, use tips and tricks and how to work around things. And, because it's just going to be mind-numbingly complicated. I mean, since I've re-entered the Fractalverse, one of the videos that I really enjoy watching on channels is Leon Todd's G66 videos because he just explains things so well about how to set something up. And that's
Leon's brilliant.
Yeah,
Leon's brilliant.
These modern modelers like Vinnie's, frightened at the moment because of the complex nature of a fractal, and they are complicated, and it does take a lot of time to get your head around. But the explanation videos that people put out there are just gold dust. They really are.
He does a good job of demoing, especially delay pedals. You know what I mean? You know what I can't stand is when you're looking to buy a delay pedal, and I don't know if people watching this feel the same way, but everybody puts it on that just U2 the edge setting, and I'm
that's
like,
what I do. That's my video. Hey, there's a video coming out next week. There's a video coming out next week where I do exactly that.
I hate that. I can't stand that because I don't play that. I don't play U2. You know what I mean? And the only person who ever puts their delay on like that is U2. I never heard anybody else use like the guys that like I like the delayers, guys like Gilmore and all those guys that are using it like in the background as this soundscape, not like that I pick once and it plays 17 passages. So it's very, very hard to find a good demos of delay pedals.
Have you heard Pink Floyd Run Like Hell?
No.
It's exactly that. It's exactly that.
So, yeah,
dotted 8. It is Run Like Hell, isn't it, Lee? Is that the song where it does that?
Yes. Yeah. Old Man and the Angel by It Bites.
I guess it's just me. How some people just hate certain things. Like when you bring up Alan Holsworth, I love Alan Holsworth. So if some people don't get it, they're like,
Alan Holsworth.
Yeah. One of my buddies absolutely cannot stand it. He said it sounds like the music that used to be in the cantina during the old sci-fi Buck Rogers episodes in the 80s. And every time he says that, I'm like, you're such an ass. I can't stand when he says that because I'm a big Alan Holdsworth fan.
Isn't it's not my thing. It's maybe because I don't understand it. I think
It's
I
the
tend to not
Marmite
like
thing,
things
right?
I don't understand. Yeah.
You must
yeah, but going back
you must love Frank Dunnery then from It Bites, because he was a Holdsworth clone.
Was he?
Yeah.
It Bites. You know the band It Bites? They were like an English proggy pop.
Prog
Proggy pop.
Prog pop.
Yeah.
I'll have to check
the
it
only
out.
album you need to listen to is an album called Once Around the World by It
Once Around the
Bites,
World.
released in 1988. Absolute masterpiece from start to finish, and you'll hear Holdsworth all over it.
Really?
Yeah.
There you go. Phil, hello, mate. Good wishes to all from Brecklesham Bay. Welcome, Phil. Hope you're well, mate. Just down the road from us, Lee. JV, what do you guys think about the Behringer lawsuit over the Centaur overdrive they made? There it is. Lee got one of the ones before they took them off the shelf.
The last one.
I mean, Behringer are known for this. I mean, it's funny. It's funny. Behringer are also known for taking people to court, and it's funny how rules change when they want to do something, but they're basically known for copying stuff, and copying stuff and then making it very cheap.
Yeah, look at the synths and preamps and things that they release, which are all based on the classics.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. There's so many clone Centaurs out there.
They knew what was going to happen. I think they were doing it to get their name back out there, up in the front.
Possibly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because the Behringer pedals back in the day were known to be plastic and just not worthy of being on anybody's gigging board, Yeah. And I think by doing this controversial thing, whether they got cease and desist or not and had to stop, it put their name out in the forefront, and people are going, listen to this pedal. It's now worth $5,000. Listen to this thing for $90. It sounds the same. Or $60. So I think they did it purposely just to get their name out there, like shock and awe kind of thing.
Yeah, that would not surprise me at all. Where are we? Graham, on Gibson acoustics, I've got an Epi inspired by Gibson J45. Nice. And that's a fantastic guitar. Not a Gibson, but a gigging workhorse. And it scratches the itch. Yeah, nice. Very nice. Al says, Paul, what about Breedlove guitars you tried at NAMM? Pretty nice acoustics. Oh, yeah. They were all right. Thought they were good. But the Darwina guitars that I tried were where they made, like Estonia or somewhere like that. They were absolutely amazing.
I can never recommend an acoustic to anyone.
Yeah,
I'm like the guy that can drink, that'll give me a glass of boxed wine, out of a plastic bag bladder, and then like maybe a glass of wine from like a 3,000-year-old bottle of wine, and I wouldn't be able to tell the difference. It's like the same thing with acoustics. I know nothing. I buy one, I strum it and go, yeah, that's cool, and I sell it.
Yeah. JV's Hangout. Michael bringing in some awesome delay and echo that Strymon would be jealous of. Very good. Nebs. Byblos is a beautiful 7,000-year-old Phoenician town on the Mediterranean Sea coast. That sounds awesome.
That sounds fantastic, actually.
Doesn't it just? Yeah, absolutely.
I bet you it wasn't 94 degrees Fahrenheit like it was here today.
Cool. And you're lucky to have it.
Session Gold. Hello, mate. He said, I was too late to hear your loss, Lee, but my condolences.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you.
It was the lead singer of my covers band, died in a motorcycle accident. So completely unexpected. We were on our way to a gig last week and he didn't make it.
Oh, man.
It's really sad. Wes, man, that Fletcher Munson guy in his curves, where does he get off?
He turns up everywhere.
Yeah. Session Gold, just hot. Just hot.
Take your word for
it. Ned, he said, hello, mate. He said, hello, gents. Good to see you all. I just got my 4th Jet guitar today. I have 2 JS380s, 1 JS300, and 1 JS350. But Paul, you inspire me to get a brilliant one. But Paul, you inspire me to just get a brilliant one, or just upgrade and set up. So do you think he's asking Is he asking?
Yeah, like to get to the kind of, instead of all that, get one really good, like high end piece.
So don't copy me, because I got a JT 300, I think it is, and I put a Thornbucker in it, and I put a Goto 510 trem on it, and it sounds absolutely amazing and plays absolutely amazing. And then I went out and bought a Sir. So
that's what happens.
That's what happens.
It's the gateway, isn't it? It's the gateway.
So, yeah.
I think I would always say. I mean, I would. My preference is to go and get one great guitar, but those Jets are good. So if you're happy with those Jets, there's no reason why you shouldn't be, because they're really good. You know, the difference between, you know, Lee will say the difference between his Jet and his Sir is probably 10%.
Yeah, it all comes down to little tiny personal preferences. Oh, I like this slightly better on that. I like this slightly better on that. But you know, if it was 16-year-old me, I wouldn't notice the difference.
If I lived by you guys, I would just run over and show you the JTG out of China, and just how amazing it plays and sounds for a stock guitar out of, you know.
Yeah.
It just, I can't believe it. It rivals some guitars that I had that were like $5,000.
Yeah, I mean, the world is full of great guitars now. I mean, look what's coming out of the Court factory under their own name. Some of those Court guitars are amazing, really, really good.
Something that I keep thinking about doing or talking about on a live show is all of these all of these brands that are made at Court at the Court factory. And it's almost like, why is a guitar like a PRS, which is made which is made in Maryland in the USA, why is that the same? Or sorry, why did PRS put their name on a guitar which is not made by PRS? It's made by Court. So I find it a bit weird that all of these sort of brands that are made in other, you know, they have a high-end brand and then they have like this low-end, you know, Schecter are the same. Schecter have like a USA custom shop, and they also have like a brand that probably made at Court in the Court factory.
Yeah.
Well, it's not the same thing.
Yeah, and it's to one, it's to give something affordable to most people that don't have any money, or don't have a lot of money to spend. And the other thing is it actually creates brand loyalty, where that person will build up over time and then buy the core model.
But don't you think? But don't you think like Gibson have got that right with? You know, Gibson have Epiphone. You know, it's a different product. It hasn't got. I mean, yes, okay. I know they do the Inspired by Gibson now, but it looks the same, more or less. But it's got a different name on it because they're keeping their brand. They're keeping their premium brand. Separate. And they're keeping the name of their premium band. Yeah, it's like, I think Sir did about 10 years ago. I think they were called Rasmus.
Yeah. And then the other thing, so the thing with Paul Reed Smith was SE was very predominant when that came out. I remember I got the first Santana SE batch that came out, and it had a cracked neck, and I had to send it back. It showed up with a cracked neck, but it was very like SE was on there huge, you know. And now, like you're saying, you know, from spitting distance, sometimes you can't even, unless you're really into that brand, you can't even tell, like, you know, unless you're really up there looking at the logo.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess it's kind of like up to the person that owns the company what they want to do. I think one of the best things that Gibson did was do the Inspired by.
Yeah. Gary, I'm down in Ramsgate, Southeast England, visiting my girlfriend's family, and the weather is actually better in Manchester. Damn.
Actually better than Manchester. He sounds surprised.
Wow. Yeah.
Normally
beer. Cheers, Vinny. Drinking an IPA with lunch here. Nice.
Cheers, Wes. My daughter's over in England right now. And
is she? Whereabouts is she?
She's in Ipswich.
Why is she in Ipswich?
That's where her mom's from.
Ah, okay.
So she's over there, and
Nice.
she was texting me last night that the weather was cool. It was like 60 degrees in the evening and all this stuff. And I'm like, oh, nice. You know, and here I am dying over here. It's terrible.
Yeah, the weather's really nice over here at the moment. Yeah.
And she's
Yeah.
she's my daughter's like proper British, bro. Like she's she's got a little like cup of tea, and she's having a blast over there. So
Eating fish and chips.
yeah, she said the fish. She says to me last night, she's like, Dad, she's like, this is the best fish and chips ever. I'm like, yeah, duh. I'm like, you're in England. You know what I mean? Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, we do that. We do have good fish and chips. Deja, IRs modelers have seamless compatibility with certain genres, particularly percussive gent-based chugging like metalcore. But great to see its gradual evolution for classic rock tones. Yeah, I think that's pretty true. I think because it's been quite easy to get great high gain tones.
Yeah.
Because I could be shot down in flames here, but I think there's a massive difference in quality of tone between, a great edge of breakup tone and a metal tone. Metal tones can range from, great to poor. And, even back in the 80s where they were using amps. I mean, Megadeth, for instance, some of the worst guitar tones I've ever heard in my life.
They're terrible.
But, it works.
They're terrible.
Terrible. But, they work. They work on that genre of music. And I think metal has always been, since modelers have come in, I think it's always been easy to get great high gain tones. It's harder to get those. And it's great to get high gain tones and pristine clean tones. It's the edge of breakup tones, which have always been the sticking point.
Yeah.
Not to mention, people wanted to hear the bass guitarist back then. You know,
well, apart from Metallica.
Well, you can't
but
hear
yeah,
it on
for
a
that.
Justice for All, can you?
No.
Yeah.
But nobody gets a better high gain tone for me than John Petrucci. I mean, he is the ultimate when it comes to high gain metal tones for me.
Yeah, but
Really?
there was an era where her stuff sounded pretty like trebly and like kind of like tinny. There was a time where it wasn't as it is now. You know what I mean?
No.
And if you want to hear some really cool Jason Newsted stuff, I don't want to get this wrong, get my facts wrong here, is the band that he was in before Metallica, Flotsam and Jetsam.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Was it Doomsday for the Deceiver was within the albums?
Yeah, rings a bell. Yeah.
Yeah, there is some awesome bass playing on there. The
Right.
guy is he's known for the guy that I guess was in Metallica and they just busted his chops and he didn't get anything. And, and I guess if nobody's ever really listened to him play, you would think that, oh, well, he came in the band. The guys didn't like him. He's just, we could have got another bass player from down the block. It would have been just about the same thing. But if you listen to him on one of those albums, he's phenomenal. He is really, really good. Really good.
Yeah, he was a good player. Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting. Session Gold, just got my FM3. I meant to say, nice. I was distracted. I'm sorry. Want to cover like 3 80s songs would a separate preset per stomp be a good idea, and a long press for switching clean lead, for example. That's a good shout. I think it depends how different the tones are. If you're using
4 amps.
Yeah, so I would use scenes because you can load, as Lee said, you've got 4 different amp scenes. Are they called scenes? Inside channels. Thanks, Lee. Yeah, you've got 4 different channels inside each block. So on the FM3 you've got 4, on the Axifex you've got 8. But yeah, so I would do it that way, and then you're going to get seamless switching, and you can do everything from one patch and just do it on scenes.
Yeah,
that's what I would do.
If it's only 3 80 songs, depends how many different amp tones you want in those 3 songs. But if you're only talking 2 amps, one for clean, one for overdrive, stay within the same preset.
So it's honestly, it's the only thing. The Fractal is like the only thing that I still get excited every time I turn it on. I just go, God, it sounds so good.
It's scaring me, man.
Yeah, it is.
No, mate, you should do it. It's incredible. Graham Osborne, evening all. Hope everyone's well, and to you, Graham. Ben, the tip on the switch of my telly, yes, are always popping off, mate.
Yeah.
Preaching to the choir here. So I solved the problem. Sorry, go on, Lee. You
glue it on. Just put some glue in it and show it on. Leave it.
Yeah.
Problem solved.
He said they're always popping off, so I solved the problem with a bit of tape around the metal, then squeeze the knob on. It works. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
Either
Good shout.
people.
Yeah, telly switches. I think because it's a 3-way switch, and on its top and bottom positions, it's sort of
It gets knocked.
depending on what. Yeah, it gets knocked every single time. So I think it just eventually just
Put a
snaps the.
put a Strat switch tip on there.
Oh,
I know
doesn't
it
look
looks
right.
sacrilege, but it actually works better. It doesn't hit nothing.
Oh,
Okay.
I can't. It just
Yeah.
doesn't look right. It does, I mean, look, if you look at the tellies, if you look at the telly design. I mean, I love a telly, but look how close that switch is to the volume control. It's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
And it's this bit here, this little ridge here that just knocks, depending on what switch tip you've got, just knocks.
Now, I changed one of my tellies. I put I forgot the name of the company, but that 3-way switch slot is mounted on an angle.
Yeah.
So that you can get your hand in there back and forth, and it you don't have to alter the guitar in any way other than just taking the pots off and then just rebolting them back on. It's the sizing's the same as far as the screw holes and everything of a Fender telly anyway.
So much better. That is a much better design.
I mean,
as well,
it's better than the Ibanez thing that looks like a frowny face that they got going on. I am not a fan of that. I don't really like that at all.
That's awful. That's awful. Graham, guitar regrets. Oh, mate, what have you done? He sold a Fender El Diablo Strat in cinnamon red. So regrets it. Beautiful fat neck, huge frets, massive sound bugger.
We've all been there.
Yep. Mate, those I'm not going to make you feel any better, but the El Diablos and the Anco Poblano Strats are the best Strats you can get. So I would grab another one and never sell it.
I regretted selling the FM3 eventually, but then I went and bought another one.
There you go. Yeah, it's all right, because I mean, it's not as though those El Diablos and the Anco Poblanos and stuff. You know, it's not as though they're so rare that they're really hard to get. There's always one or two for sale on eBay, but I would definitely consider buying one before any price hikes and stuff, because they will go up. Toby, even gents, pick up advice. Big search now down to Lollers and bare knuckle. Classic Strat, not too hot, glassy cleans and handles being driven. Play blues, funk, rock, pop. Any recommendations? I mean, I definitely got recommendation on this. I think you and Vinnie be the same.
I'm gonna shoot. Because of what's happened in my life recently, my phone goes crazy every evening with lots of messages and people that want callbacks and stuff. So I've got a stack of stuff to get through. So I'm gonna bid you farewell and leave you in Vinnie's capable hands.
Oh boy!
Oh, cheers, Lee, and yeah, thanks for coming on, mate, and all the best, and you know,
condolences
look
to everybody.
after yourself and stuff. Yeah.
Cheers, chaps. See you later.
Take care, mate. See you soon. Well, I think you and me are both, basically going to say the same thing on this call, and I'll let you.
Yeah, Lawlers. I would go Lawlers. The
long.
EQing on those pickups are tuned. They sound fantastic. The bridge pickup, especially if you get the special in the bridge and the dirty blondes, they in the neck and in the middle. I have them in my Nash. They always, every Lawler I've ever played sounds fantastic. Not to take anything away from bare knuckle. If you're going to go single coils and you're going to go Strat, I would go Lawler.
Not with you. They are absolutely awesome. If you want any other, I don't want to put more pickup woes in the mix, but maybe just consider Ron Ellis pickups. A bit more expensive, quite a bit more expensive, but they're great as well. But out of those two, I would definitely go Lawlers.
Yeah. Now, Toby, if you were gonna say humbuckers between bare knuckle and Lawlers, I think you have more of a tonal palette to choose from bare knuckle. And I've owned a lot of bare knuckles, and I've owned a lot of Imperials from Lawler, and the Imperials sound great. But if you're looking for something more metal, bare knuckles got you covered. I think way more, but yeah, I'd say Lawlers or the Strat.
I'm with you 100%. Michael, so sorry for ruining your stream, mate. You have not ruined anything. You made it better. It's all good. I'll go now. No, mate, you don't need to. It was good to have you on, mate. Nelson P. Vinny, I've got an RG750. I have an RG750. Do you know what the RG750 is?
Is that the one? Does that have a reverse headstock?
No, the 750 was like the 550. It's like the RG550, but it had dragon tooth inlays.
Shark tooth inlays. Yeah.
Shark tooth.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it looks exactly the same as a 550 without the Larry colors.
I like that one. I have vivid memories of seeing those in the music stores when I was younger.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, your trem springs, I don't know. Your mileage may vary, man. But if you're going to start using that trem, I would suggest just changing them. I mean, they're not going to be any good to you.
Yeah, and they're not expensive. It's not an expensive.
No,
upgrade,
I mean, I've been putting the Floyd Rose noiseless in mine, and they're about $18 a set. I mean, I don't think that's a lot, but you could buy some cheaper springs on Amazon, but I just don't trust them. For all I know, they could be coming from the same factory. I don't know, but I figured, you know.
So true. Deja, all power to you. Every decent collection needs shred machines. Still got to finish that Billy Corgan Steve Vai interview. Absolute Zen master of guitar. Yeah, I really like the Billy Corgan interviews. You watching them, Vin? I
just finished the Steve Vai one. Let me say this: I've interviewed a few people, not like what Phil does. Phil, from 40 Watt Podcast, he does a great job. I've only had the luxury of interviewing, Sammy Bowler.
Oh, nice.
What you call it? The guitar player for Tesla, and a few other people, and I think I do a fair job, only for my years of just talking to people. But I don't listen to Billy Corgan stuff. He's Smashing Pumpkins, right?
Yeah.
Not my thing. I was very vexed upon when the metal scene died because of, what do you call it, alternative music and all that. I wasn't a fan of that stuff. And so I've never really listened to that stuff. I wasn't into radio airplay stuff. And I didn't think that guy was as well spoken as he is. His vocabulary is amazing, and he seems very intelligent. And the questions he was asking Steve Vai were very, very good. They weren't like, how do you say, like some of these guys that when they ask questions, I meant to say Dave Rude from Tesla. Excuse me, I screwed up there. I didn't say his name. I try to do the same thing, like not be like fanboy questions. He really got down to the heart of like his career, his thought process, all that kind of thing. And it was probably one of the better interviews of a rock guitar player that I have seen. I think, and this is my personal opinion, I think he rivals Rick Beato in interviewing. His mannerisms are better. The way he sits, the way he converses is, I don't know. I was impressed. I know I'm going on about it, but I was impressed.
No, I think he smashes Rick Beato, and also I think another person worth watching is Mason Marangella from Vertex FX. His interviews as well.
Yes.
Mason, brilliant.
Yes,
Mason. I think. I mean, I can. Don't get me wrong. I think Rick Beato does a great job, but the other two seem humble.
Yes. The only one that I thought was good with Rick Beato, I thought he did extremely well, was the one with Sting.
Yeah.
The one he did with Sting was very good because he knew everything about Sting and every catalog and where every album was recorded and everything like that. And I think the persona was upstaged. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't know, and I watch Rick's stuff. Rick's very, very famous and popular, and does a great job. I'm nowhere near that, but I just was really, Corgan stuff was, I was impressed. It was the first interview. It's the first time I've even heard that guy talk. My perception of that dude was not what I listened to when he was talking.
No, you should revisit Smashing Pumpkins. They've got some cracking tunes.
Really?
Oh, it's amazing songs. We'll talk about that later. I'll send you over some songs. Comic Order. I love the Studio JTM. A question about cabs for you. If you have to be restricted to 3 different cabs loaded with 3 different speaker types, what topology and speaker combos would you have? Oof. Do we think now? What is the question? Is he's asking what amp goes with what speaker?
No,
I don't. Go on.
I think he's talking about what cabs would jive with that JTM if you can have 3 different cabinets.
For me, it's not about swapping out different speakers for different amps. I mean, I know that possibly a Vox style amp, you think it should go with a blue Celestian blue or Celestian gold. I just tend to like greenbacks.
Yeah, I would say I would do a
On everything.
412 with greenbacks. I would do a 212 with one greenback and one creamback. And then if I was going to do a 112 combo, I would probably do a creamback because it could handle higher wattage. I tend to like the greenbacks and the creambacks because they're very kind of close to each other in sound. But that's personal preference. I guess some people like vintage 30s. I'm not super fan of those. So
yeah,
no.
Nice. Session Gold. When are you getting your fractal, Vinny?
Session, you're killing me, man. You're killing me.
And do you guys have any tips on DSP saving efficiency? On what? On what system? What system are we talking about for saving of DSP saving? If we're talking about fractal, what fractal have you got, Session Gold? Be interesting.
Now I got to
never
worry
run
about
out.
memory constraints. Oh my god.
No, you don't. No, you don't. I think Phil sent through, because we have a little chat group, and Phil sent through a listing for an XFX3 and an FC12. Vinny's just gone by that. Awesome. Yeah, let us know what you're using, Session Gold, and then
I probably will buy one. I just I'm trying to sell some guitars. Nothing is moving. I thought everything was picking back up a little bit, but I got 4 decent guitars up for sale and no bites. Nothing's going.
Really? What, for decent prices?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it got room to wiggle because I got them for make offer, But yeah, I got my Nash up for sale, my Friedman Telly, my Santana, which is a super expensive guitar, and something else. Oh, and my Nags. I put my Nags up for sale too.
Did you? You put the Nags up? Wow. Quite fancy your Nash.
Yeah, the Nash. I think you would like the Nash. It's definitely I don't want to say it's a beater guitar, but it's to me it's up there with Fender Custom Shop. Might not have the fit and finish and the paint, you know what I mean? But
sure,
the tone, the Lawlers in it sounds dope. And then if you were gonna play that live, if somebody was to steal it, even though they're expensive now, they're like $2,600.
Right.
New, $2,300 to $2,600. But I mean.
Oh, that's not horrendous. So, I mean, for that sort of quality of custom shop,
right? It's better than taking a Fender Custom Shop out anywhere.
Yeah.
That's how I look at it.
Copy called a 64 Marshall Studio JTM isn't blisteringly loud like the SV20, especially in 5-watt mode. More like a Vox AC10 volume. And you put one of those 1959 pedals in front, you can do plexi aggression, but nicely cleans. Nice.
Yeah, that's cool.
Ned, will you be going to 42 Gear Street this year? It's coming up very soon, I've heard. It's actually, I think it starts tonight. No, I'm not going. No, I was invited to go and I decided not to for reasons that I won't disclose. Deja. Dave is definitely the Marshall Whisperer. Who's Dave?
Dave Friedman.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Wes, I'm in Los Angeles. Nice. Lots of work on guitar amps out there, I bet. Ben, can't be called a great point. A drive pedal would get you there at low volumes. Could be called a 64 Friedman IRX pedal with a Freyet power station PS2A can get you those Marshall to Friedman tones at any volume. And the PS2A is just so useful to have otherwise. Yeah, nice. Paul Waller, I need to get something super heavy, guys. Valve State or Randall, something else. When you say super heavy, you mean tone-wise super heavy? Gosh, I wouldn't recommend Valve State or Randall.
Yeah, nor would I. I would say if you don't want to spend a lot of money, what about going? Well, I mean, what about a Victory Kraken?
Yeah, how much are they over in the States?
You could probably get one used for about $1,000, I think.
Yeah,
the Victory Kraken has got go listen to what is it, Rabia Masad, and go listen to some of the stuff from the Kraken. That's a wicked amp. I mean, you could go Lunchbox 5150, or larger 5150. I would go that realm before you wind up with a Valve State or a Randall. And if you don't want to spend any money at all, just go get the Boss what you call it, the modeler amp that you demo, Paul, all the time, the one you've done all the videos on. What's it, the Waza, whatever it is?
Oh, the boss, the
katana, the katana, yeah.
Yeah, I think I prefer a katana to a Valve State or a Randall. Yeah.
Yeah.
He also says has to make a Ratum sound like Fleetwood Mac. I think is he playing with us? Ratum. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Wes, Paul Waller, super heavy. How about the high watt 400? Yes, that is heavy. And talk about more metal sounds.
They're in a conversation together.
I don't know what's going on. Talk about Fleetwood Mac and metal sounds. Okay. Check where's there we go. Talking amongst themselves. Marshall 8100 versus the Death Tone. No, actually, they're still talking amongst themselves. Sorry, guys. Good evening, rats. A bit late to the party. No problem. 6. Good to have you along. Wes, do you guys know Alan Holdsworth played with Level 42? What? No, Alan Murray played with Level 42. Not Holdsworth. Did he?
I don't know. I play with Soft Machine. Do you ever see any old footage of Holdsworth playing an SG?
No.
It's pretty cool.
I know he was great. He was a great guitar player. It was a little bit too many notes and too far out there for me. Ned, condolences, Lee. Mum got cancer. Oh, mate, she passed away on July 12th. It's heavy. Part of me is gone. I felt comfort in how she was as a person, strong. I'm proud of my mum. Oh, Ned, bless you, mate.
Yeah, condolences.
Yeah, absolutely. Paul, well, I was really appreciating the info. We'll check. I'm mixing an album. They sort of, no, I think they're talking amongst themselves again. Nictorious, good evening, gents. How important is nut width to you? I have huge hands and fingers, so much so that I'm struggling with Fender guitars lately, especially with open chords and fingerstyle. Fender guitars, struggling with that. That's interesting.
There are some companies that do make wider nut widths on electrics. I think Skirvison and I think Mayonnaise does make it more like it's almost like a classical guitar nut width. So, like for instance, if you play a Music Man Luke, that the nut width on that is really tiny. It's like a I don't know how Luke Guitar plays it.
I haven't got a clue.
Honestly, I don't get it.
I'd look at, if you're looking at price wise, you can get some Valiant guitars with wider. They tend to have a wider nut. James Tyler is a wider nut width, or you can get a wider nut width than on a Fender. I never find a Fender that narrow, unless you're talking sort of
Telly,
70s ones.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, maybe like an old 60s Telly, maybe, but.
I would contact Warmoth and just buy some parts, have them pre-finished, so you don't have to do any finishing work at all, and just bolt it all together. You can get the nut width in whatever you want, and the neck profile whatever you want, and it won't break the bank like if you're doing a custom build.
Good shout. Six String, he says, looking at Valiant, pretty much like yours. Is Honeymoon over yet? They look cool, but how is it feel under the fingers compared with the Friedman? Yeah, very much so. No, still here. There's a video coming out tomorrow where I do like a studio tour. So have a look at that. No, the Friedman's, the Valiant is awesome. In terms of quality compared to the Friedman, yeah, it's up there with the Friedman stuff. There's supposed to be some more stuff going on with Valiant, so I'll keep you informed as and when if that happens, because it's looking less and less for some reason. Deja, I think I know the style of delay function Vinnie's after, and yeah, most demos are really bad with that Andy Timmons meets Andy Wood style delay. It's in my rough ballpark guess.
Yeah, he's right.
Evening Rats, evening Keith.
I guess they don't make the delay part of my sound. It just is like sprinkles on top of an ice cream sundae. It's not the ice cream part of the sound.
No, I mean the way that I use delay, unless I'm using that dotted eighth note thing, is is that it tucks in behind the reverb, so
Yeah.
it widens the reverb. And thanks, Keith. Keith says Dawina are from Slovakia. Cheers, mate. They are awesome. There we go. Slow back. Cheers, Stuart. Rip says Deja. Rest in peace, I guess he means. Mendel, joining late tonight after squeeze in a bike ride. Nice. And Ned says, I'm happy with jet guitars. I could upgrade parts if needed and have them set up well. But if I can afford it, I want to treat myself. I might look for something upward 2,000 euros, but it's not necessary. Yeah, you can get a lot for that sort of money. I mean, I'd definitely look. Vinnie and I both like secondhand stuff because you can get much more for your money.
Yeah, look at the JTG too. I'll have to say that it's one of my better playing guitars. But secondhand, you could really get some good deals, man. A K-line, you really can get a decent K-line used from somebody. A Nash, even.
Yeah.
Any of that. Really.
I haven't told you yet, but I'm really considering putting my well, it is up. I put up the Tyler, James Tyler, for sale. I know. I'm like Lee.
Can I? Before you do that,
yeah,
put back the old trem on it.
I have.
And you played it.
Yeah.
Still didn't dig it.
No. It's not that I don't dig it. I do dig it. But I did the whole
Super Strat series.
Super Strat series. I'll grab it because it's great. I did the whole Super Strat series, and of all the Super Strat, I pick up the Shabat and I pick up the Friedman more than I pick this up.
Yeah, the Friedman is
even
awesome.
this. Yeah, and this is arguably one of the best built guitars that I've ever played. But I tend to pick the others up as opposed to this, and it's almost like this isn't getting played. So it's bought for the series, and I want to, while there is a buzz about these,
right?
Because there is a bit of a buzz about James Tyler at the moment.
I'm doing the same thing with my Santana. My Santana is beautiful. When you look at that thing in person, you're like, oh my God, there's only 2 gold tops that I've ever seen. I have one of them. There's only one other for sale on the internet. I haven't seen another Santana retro gold top, and it is gorgeous. And I don't play it at all. So I'm like, why do I own this thing? It's like a $6,000 guitar.
Yeah. True. Graham, any unique ideas for getting over creative block? Stuck in a writing rut at the moment? Yes. Put down the guitar. Go and do something else. Honestly, just go and spend some time away from it, because the more a creative block for me, being a songwriter, that's what I used to do for a job, was pretty much going into the studio, getting creative block, or when I had creative block, getting creative block, and then trying to find ways of getting out of that creative block, winding myself up more, which is creative block is basically your brain telling you, you can't do this, you can't do this, you can't do this. So get out of it, go and do something completely different, and come back to it a few days later. I would say at least a few days.
And that's with anything in life, really, any hobby. Sometimes you just got to walk away from it before you ruin it so bad that you don't want to do it anymore.
Yeah, absolutely. Any Ball Music Man, definitely keep Sterling at a safe distance with branding, formerly via OLP, which was even more disguised as an OEM release, e.g. the early John Petrucci OEM models. Yeah, agreed. Anthony, hello mate. He said, I keep debating getting a nice-ish 1x12 pedal platform, just to have that straight up amp with analog pedals. Then I plug my Axfex into Power Station 2x12 and think, why? Absolutely.
So, and he's right, because like ever since I got the Blue Guitar amplifier, for those of you who don't know what it is, it's that guy right there, 100-watt amp. Ever since I got that, the things behind me, all the amps behind me, and I sold a bunch off, as you know, don't get played.
Yeah, once you find your thing. So he says, so maybe a reasonable HSS is an order instead, as I don't have a guitar with that format. Yeah.
I always try to do that too. That's really good to do, is to have not redundant guitars. I am bad with that. Over 400 guitars I've owned, and sometimes would own like 6 or 7 of the same one. I'm still doing it now with the Gems, and it doesn't end. It just doesn't stop. And then when you try not to have redundancy, you're compelled to play the other guitar more, because you're like, oh, this has got P90s. This is an HSS. This one's got 3 single coils. When you start having them all the same, then you're like, why do you wind up playing only one, and the other ones just sit there and collect dust.
Yeah, because there'll always be one that's better than the other one.
The saving grace, though, is with the Gems. I'm just trying to justify my stupidity, so bear with me. Is that both of those guitars have different pickups in it. Not only is the body wood construction different, and I don't want to go into the tone wood debate. I believe it's a thing, but whatever. One guitar's got a mahogany body, rosewood fretboard. The other one's got a basswood body, maple fretboard, and they have different series pickups in them, and they have different tonalities to them, so they sound like different guitars.
Oh,
that was a good BS line, right? I mean, to satisfy myself. Thanks.
You keep telling yourself that, mate.
Yeah,
it's all good. Lean, hey guys, do you think a Dremel 4000 would work for sharpening the knife edges on a Floyd Rose trem? Probably, but I wouldn't want to do it.
Yeah, I don't know. I would be careful.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Why don't you try using sandpaper first instead of the Dremel? Maybe it's something that's not so messed up that you can kind of gently work your way up in grits, because you can go a little bit overboard with the Dremel, and then if you make one of those blades messed up the wrong way, you might have an intonation issue.
That's true.
I'm just guessing.
Yeah, I mean,
actually treat yourself to a new trem. There you go. Get new trem post and a new trem. Put a nice fancy brand new one in there, and that would be better.
I think so. Ned, Graham Osborne, music creative block. Learn some covers. Do them in your own way. Tune to D standard and drop the low string to C. Try other alternate tunings like Midwest, emo band, American football. Midwest emo band, American football. Don't know them. Good tip, Ned. M. So speaking of edge breakup tones, in your opinion, which would be the one amp and one pedal out of them all? Should you make this choice when moving to a deserted island that has electricity? Good shout. Edge breakup tones for me. It's got to be the matchless.
I was just going to say the matchless. It's got to be that Voxish thing, right?
Yeah, because it does it so well. Yeah, the matchless, because it's Bad Cat do a really good job. The Bad Cat era, the new one that was that Mark Sampson designed just before he died, is probably one of the greatest amps, if not the greatest amp that I've ever played. I would go for that. I need to get one. Of them. Ben, that's why AI sees Strat tips on tellies.
Yeah, I've done it a few times. It does look sacrilegious, but they don't pop up.
Session goes to thanks, guys. We'll cover Human Nature, Luke, Glory of Love, Huff, Lead, Clean, and Your Love, Outfield, Clean, and Lead tones. What would you recommend in terms of configuration of the foot switches? Oh, okay. We're talking about the FM3. Human Nature, Luke, Glory of Love, and Your Love. I don't know Your Love. What would you recommend in terms of configuration of the foot switches? Oh, I think as its songs, and as those songs are probably quite different. Well, Human Nature and Glory of Love are probably quite similar in that sort of chorusy clean. But I think as they're different songs, I would have 3 different patches, and then have the lead stuff on inside of those on the other foot switches. So you've got your patch change, and then switch to the scene, and then have for the Glory of Love, you can have the clean and the lead sound. That's the way I'd do it. As they're different songs, because you're not switching in between songs. Oh, sorry, you're not switching during the song. Travis, hello, mate. He said, hey, guys, on my way home from Nashville with a new guitar, a 2006 Taco Love Rock.
Oh,
Nice.
cool. That's cool.
What's that? Is it, the Love Rock, is that the Les Paul?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think that's
nice.
the model he's talking about. Yeah. Those things are kind of sought after and they're hard to find in really good condition.
Yeah. Great one, Travis. Yeah, let us know how it is next week. Mendel, first Fender custom shop tele experience, bought online, never really fell in love. Changed the 009s as it came with 10s, and suddenly all the wood came to life. Needs a good fret level and sharp ends fixing. Wow.
I'm surprised that the fret ends are sharp. Maybe it's got fret sprout.
Yeah, maybe
from wherever it came from, and I've had that happen.
Yeah, you get a lot of that in the States. We don't really get much fret sprout in the UK because we're quite an even temperature and humidity and stuff. Phil, he says Lola 64s for Strats. There we go. Well done, Phil. Deja, cheers, Lee. Al says, go on, Vinny, get a fractal. You can do it, mate. I'm going to get one for the studio, I think. There we go. Everyone's buying fractals. Phil Dean, really loose teleswip. Use some pliers, cutters to make the notches of the metal to where the tip fits over. Helps you grow. That's a good shout. Oh, God. Astonish Clay VC Enigma. Cheap views. Oh, God.
What is that?
I fell for it, didn't I? I fell for it. Hold on, let's get rid of it. I can't get rid of him. I have FM3 Mark 1. Okay. So, yeah, the FM3 Mark 1 is a little bit lacking in power in DSP. Just you can change the quality of the reverbs on the Mark 1. I'm sure you can. So the reverbs and delays, the effects, you can go for, I forgot what it is, optimum, good, and best or something. That's what I would do if you're running out of DSP. But Vinny, you do not need to worry about DSP on the FM3 Turbo or the XFX3 or the FM9. Phil, 40 watt, he said heavy tones, PV 6505 head, 500 to 750. Nice. IR2, says Ben. Nice. Paul Wallace says, thanks so much, guys. Rage Against the Machine. What are we talking about? That's what the acronym was. Okay, awesome. Rage Against the Machine. Thanks, Phil. Wes, Alan Holsworth played on Guaranteed. I didn't know that. Keep on playing. Paul, I'm a big telly fan. This is a fantastic guitar. Love it. Oh, yes. You can't beat a telly.
Yeah, every time I go to think about selling my telly, because it doesn't get used a lot, I'll play it for a couple of minutes and I'm like, man, this thing plays and sounds awesome. I'm not getting rid of this. That's why it's still there.
Yeah. You got to keep, you got to have a telly in your collection. Wes, Alan Holsworth played on the album Guaranteed. Give it a listen, especially solo on If You Were Mine. Nice.
I'm going to check that out.
Keep on playing. Ibanez AZS 2200. Oh, God, they do have some terrible names.
They do.
Ibanez,
I don't know why.
That is terrible. John, I had an FM3, but never bonded with the amp models despite the high praise they get. But I love the FX. A Tone X1 into the VP4 does the trick for me. Modeling amp. Yeah, nice. Yeah, good shout. Thanks, boys. Lol as it is, special blondes set en route. Nice.
I think you'll be happy. I really do.
I play one guitar. That's it. Get all out of it. Nice. Ben says, have you played the Iridium blue guitar amp one? I'm still waiting on one. I want the original that you have, but I haven't found one yet. Did you try the Iridium, Ben?
No, the Iridium one's the one that you done a demo of. It's the black colored one. Yeah. And it's got a little bit more of a more modern vibe to it. Yes.
Yeah. So he said it was supposed to be, Thomas Blue said it was supposed to be like the metal version, but I preferred it. I think it did a really great edge of breakup thing. And you didn't have to have it in that metal setting. It was just like an extra, I think it had an extra amp or a different. So right. Two of the amps are the same, I think. and then one of the amps is different. And I
But,
don't think I used the extra one.
What I found on mine is I used to play it on this. Obviously, there's a clean setting. I'm reading it off there because I always forget. There's a clean, vintage, classic, and modern, and in that order they go up in like gain levels, right? I used to play it on classic all the time, but now I'm finding that I'm getting that edge of breakup in vintage, and when I want to get that gain tone, I'm punching it with the protein, which is like a Noble's ODR1. I'm punching it to get that sound that I want. I think it sounds a little bit more organic to me, if that's a thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to do. If you're going to buy one, don't be afraid to put pedals in front of it. I was totally against putting pedals in front of it because it's got a boost switch. I'm like, this is a one solve all. Don't do nothing. And now I have a full pedal board in front and another pedal board in the loop for time-based stuff. And it does eat pedals really well. You know, there's some amps that just don't jive with pedals. This thing takes pedals well.
Yeah, there is a cracking set of amps. Ben, what's it like if you have? What's what like if you have?
Have what? Like an STD? What are we talking about here?
Hold on. Is he the original that you have, but I haven't found one yet? What's it like if you have? Don't really understand the question, Ben. Sorry, mate. Might to ask that.
Are we missing something?
Maybe on the blue. Maybe the difference between the Iridium and the normal classic.
Oh, he's probably saying, is it like the one that you have? Is that what he's saying?
I don't know.
It's a little bit different. It's a little bit different. Paul did a great video on it. I would go check it out where you've had both. Yes, you did a demo.
Yeah, I preferred the Iridium, but I mean, I'd be happy with both.
I bought mine secondhand and I got it for steel and it's great.
Yeah, they are really good. Ned, oh yeah, used K-line. It's a good idea. I keep that in mind. I've actually seen some out there here in Sweden, but I might go for the Gigrid G3 Priorities. Oh yes. Deja, good point. So while the iron is hot, Tyler Guitars is on an unbelievable run with brand presence on the Gearosphere at the moment. It really is. Yeah, they're doing really well, and they should do. I mean, they're top end guitars. Could be called it. If you're in Europe, Ned, could be worth looking at Maybach too. Yeah, good shout. Should be able to find a good one, well under 2K. I've played loads of great Maybachs, and my opinion has been swayed a little bit by playing a really bad one. But I played some great ones. Steve, hello mate. He said belated hello to the Rat and Axe.
Hello.
And chat from Germany. So Steve's over at Gear Street at the moment with Henning. So I think Steve arrived tonight. Have great fun, mate.
Give Henning a hug for us.
Yeah. Give Henning a cuddle. How do I can't go down to the next one. Why can I not do that? For some reason, we're stuck on Steve.
Tell Henning to invite me next year. I'm a likable person. So I think.
Oh, you'd be able to go, mate. You could definitely go. Ned, no debate here, but regarding tone woods, it's some impact on electric too, but the physics are not like on acoustic. I don't understand why people fight about it. Right. Costa, I'm a metalhead, but I want an amp that covers great clean edge of breakup and more vintage rock sounds. I saw your review of the AMS 50 watt amp and really liked it. Is there any other choice? You can't go wrong with the DBA 50. I've got it down here. It's brilliant. It's not like it does those sort of Friedman tones. And again, it's got a great master output, master volume where you can get the volume right down. It's great. If you're in Europe, which I presume you are, Costa, I'd really check them out. I would definitely check it out. It's a really versatile amp. Willie, hello, mate. My friend Gemma Pell is in France for the summer, and still no one there knows her name. Willie. Very good. Wes, have you seen Headfirst Amps' new tube preamp with a built-in Tonex? What? Sounds really great. What the hell? What is? Hold on. Head first. I'm gonna have a look. Just give me 2 seconds. I'm sorry, this isn't.
That's okay. I'll dance or something.
Thanks, mate.
If Phil was here, Phil would have already had that typed and up, and he would have actually answered the question before Wes even posted it. So shout out to Phil, who types 197,000 words a minute.
It's so true.
And I pick on him all the time about it, but it's really because I'm actually jealous.
Oh yeah. No one can type like Phil. I mean, look, I'll share the screen because I haven't looked at it yet, but we'll have a look at the head first amps. So
I never even heard of this.
Look. 2 notes torpedo. No.
Look at that.
Evil Joe. That. Don't think that's got it. Alto 100. I don't know what's the only products. The rack unit. That's just a preamp.
Yeah.
Just a preamp. Yeah. Just like I don't think that's got Tonex built in. Do we know what the name? Hold on, let me stop that. Sorry. Tube preamp, but that's the only one I could. That's the only. I'll have to have a look, Wes. I'll check it out tomorrow, and I'll include it in next week's live show if it's up. Ben, you answered me. I meant to put that at the end of the question. Just wanted your opinion. Thanks, fellas. Sorry for the confusion. Not a problem at all, Ben. Wes also says, you know how interesting. It's interesting how the super strat thing is getting big again. Wonder if it has to do with Dan Huff starting his YouTube channel. No, it's way before Dan Huff. I think Dan Huff has probably come out of the woodwork because of the HSS thing and the big thing to do with but Dan Huff is obviously always been very well respected, but he does seem to be having an insurgent. But it's definitely after the whole HSS thing, which has been happening over the last few years.
In the 80s, everything 80s has been coming back into fashion.
Yeah.
Especially with like the show Stranger Things.
And
cassette tapes are now back in the rise and all that.
Crazy. I can't believe that that JHS pedals have done a Tascam preamp, the sound of a Tascam 4-track recorder.
I had one. I remember that.
What? I don't get it. Mendel took the telly to a luthier yesterday. The wood's good, and I'm sure I will love it after he's done his craft. Nice. Mendel, the Bogner, he said to Costa, the Bogner 3534 surprises with a fantastic clean. Red and blue cover your metal. That's true.
Yeah.
I tend to find that the Bogner Ecstasy is either very clean or very dirty. But I'm not sure it's going to do the edge of breakup stuff. I never really got that out of it. I had a big 120 watt one. Beastie. Thanks for the tip. Phil says, Vinny, only type 175,000 words per minute, but thanks. Yeah, he's trying to get better. And lastly, Comic Caller 64. Costa, the types of tones you're describing would also fit a Marshall JTM 45 or a Friedman in that lineage, or even a high watt custom. I'd say Friedman. I wouldn't say JTM 45. You're not going to get any high gain. And the high watt, I would say the Friedman. God, we're always bigging up Friedman, aren't we? But yeah, if you can turn it up, any of those amps would do the job. But if you can't turn it up, the Friedman. There we go. I think we're done. Actually, one more. JV's hangout. He said, "Do you think the Rockman MXR pedal comes close to the original? For me, it doesn't quite have the same magical sound. I've never tried one.
I haven't either.
I'd really like to try one. I really like the Rockman tone, and yeah, it's. But I think the Rockman's in it's a nice sort of format, fit on the pedal board, and it'll do all that sort of stuff. Guys, cheers for joining us this week. Just one more picture of James and Holiday. Do that. Just we'll blend with that. Yeah, the turds. I'd have to explain the turds. I explained it all at the beginning. Let me get rid of that so we can see James' lovely breasts. If go back and watch the beginning, and you'll understand why James it's childish. Anyway, thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next week. Hopefully, Vinnie will be around next week. You back next week?
Yeah. I'm just gonna come in late I get off of work and I'll pop in.
Nice one. So hopefully we'll have Vinnie and Phil next week if Phil can be bothered to turn up. Yeah, but go and check out Vinnie's channel, Vinnie the Axe. Also check out Phil's fantastic podcast called the 40 Watt Podcast, and James's Jivey Talks Tech on YouTube. Anyway, yeah, again, thanks for joining us, guys, and we'll see you next week.